Hey, you're hanging out with Abi and Ian playing some nostalgic video games as a couple. We are working our way through episode 34 of our Pokemon FireRed run-through. So Ian, I think we're trying to hatch, an Aerodactyl.
Life with Abi and Ian is a lot of biking by a pool, apparently. So, one thing that has come of our time away since episode 33, why am I trying to heal eggs, is that it turns out that Slugma may actually work to speed up the hatching process. So, maybe leave us a comment if that's true, because Abi had an answer where it did help, or it didn't help. I got an answer where it did.
We Googled differently, and I find the AI summaries that we sometimes rely upon give you different answers based on the keywords. So I typed in FireRed, can use Slugma to cut down on the hatch time for eggs, and it said no. But what did you type in? It seemed different.
I typed in flame body.
Yeah.
Or does flame body work for reducing eggs in FireRed?
Yeah, so I didn't specifically, I just typed in Slugma, but in my summary, it said that the flame body was not usable outside of battle in FireRed, and that mechanic didn't come up till Emerald. So that was the information I gave, but Ian got differing information. So we're just gonna go and test it out, I guess, because Google can't decide amongst itself.
Yeah, and I think this game came out after Emerald. So that could... I think so. I think FireRed came out after Emerald, even though the original game, Red,
was before.
Yeah. And the reason I'm pretty sure it came out after Emerald, because the Slugma we have is from Emerald. Well,
yeah, it was introduced in Emerald.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It's weird that it said FireRed, but I bet because Red, it would not have worked. I think sometimes Google just adds the word FireRed because you Googled FireRed, and they're like, I'll just put the word fire in here because reasons. So it's hard to tell. I don't know.
Now, Abi and I are having a lot of fun with this playthrough, and so one question we were debating between episodes was whether or not it is good to make an episode of... Oh, Abi, look. I think this Slugma made a difference.
Oh, this is exciting.
I don't remember what... Oh! Tis
Yes.
an Aerodactyl.
I love that because Aerodactyls can't evolve, they always kind of just look like that. So I was kind of, for some reason, I knew it was going to be an Aerodactyl. I was picturing a chibi Aerodactyl, a small Aerodactyl, and it said it was mighty and vicious.
That's right, it was. And we're trying to use the move Pokemon option instead of deposit and whatever.
Oh,
because
gosh.
This just seems... So I'm not going to check the natures of things, really. I'm just going to put them in the box.
Oh, yeah?
We're going to do that. And what is in storage right now, actually?
Lots of stuff.
Okay, let's...
Wait, storage in the daycare or
yeah.
storage in the PC? The PC? The PC.
We're going to... Here's what we're going to do. I've changed my mind. We're putting this back.
Oh.
That went into the box we were on. And the reason is because I think it's time to start breeding Eevees.
Oh.
My husband was looking for it.
Oh, he has an egg.
He has an egg. We're going to reject it.
Why?
Your Pokemon had it. Do you want it? No. Would you like it, Abby?
Maybe.
Okay.
I just feel the need to hoard eggs.
Okay. Well, we did hoard it. But I was just thinking, because we want to move on to LeafGreen by episode 35 and sort of have all the loose ends here tied up.
We do?
Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. I mean, we don't want to spend an eternity just breeding these kind of... Box 3. I think I must have... Okay, there might be an egg I'm looking for later. But anyway. Okay, we're going to take out... My Pokemon can only be doing good. Oh, that's nice. We're going to take back... Oh, no! These are Eevee eggs we're getting.
Yeah.
Oh, oops. I thought they were still Aerodactyl eggs.
No.
I guess not. Okay, so now we got to find the egg I put in there before.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, I didn't.
It was box 5.
But I think I must have put one... Okay, this must be...
We're going to hatch some weird stuff.
There might be like a Paris.
Yeah, we're gonna end up with some weird eggs.
Okay, my apologies, everyone. I had forgotten that.
We started on the Eevee train.
Yeah, so I guess... I mean, I'm true to form, if nothing else. I thought that we had enough Aerodactyl eggs last episode, and...
He still maintains that position now.
So anyway, what I was saying before our lovely Aerodactyl hatch, of nature and constitution unknown, could it be a great Aerodactyl that's going to be the terror of LeafGreen and strike fear in the gym leaders thereof? Or is it going to be a sandcastle of disappointment, much like the Chain of Destruction was?
These are pretty powerful images you are giving us to choose from.
There are no options in between. No, what we wanted to talk to you about or ask, because we've already gotten some great feedback from you guys listening. We really, really appreciate it, actually. It's kind of fun to
talk to you.
Talk to everyone and just see, like, obviously you should make fun of us because, and especially me, because I am worthy of being made fun of.
And we don't take ourselves too seriously. So if you have a differing opinion or you want to add or modify something we've said, we won't take it to heart. You know, this is just fun. We're having fun, and you're welcome to disagree with us during our fun.
Yeah, and, you know, not just fun, but, like, I think in today's day and age, Abby, you would maybe agree with me that it's always good to find something you can do with a close friend or a spouse or a girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever the mixture is, because it's, you know, we talk about this in our other channel a lot, so I'm not going to harp on it here. But basically...
Our other playlist a lot. We have one channel.
Oh, yeah. So I'm not so clear on the whole channel playlist thing. Luckily, Abby...
I'm in charge of technology, which I'm sorry. But between the two of us, you're welcome.
Let's just say my efforts with technology rival my efforts with that Gengar.
Yeah.
Which used to say, oh no, it died.
Oh.
So, yeah, the most important for us for this playthrough and these kind of videos, all the videos on our channel actually, is just something that Abby and I can do together because we like spending time together and we don't have children. And I think a lot of people are going to be in the same boat as us if they're not already. Oh, an Aerodactyl hacked again. It would be pretty funny. Like, I see what Abby's saying, that is a very funny newborn because it just looks like it's going to eat your face.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. And I just think it's cute because, again, you picture kind of a chibi version of a Pokemon when it's hatched. I almost picture wearing a diaper because in a TV show, I think that's how it would come out, you know? But I just think it's cute. Question, Ian. I forget what we said. So there are Pokemon in Red and Green that are exclusive to Red and Green.
Mm-hmm.
Are we picking one, Red or Green, to try to get as many Pokemon as are available between the two games? Or are we doing like a transfer back and forth where we're putting stuff in Emerald, Leaf Green, completing that Pokedex, and then bringing stuff back to FireRed to complete this Pokedex too?
I think it's really up to you, Abby, because when we look at the spirit of the rules we've self-imposed...
Yeah.
That's how you know a game is fun, by the way, everyone, is when you impose lots of rules.
Rules are fun, don't you know?
Yes. They sort of do make it fun in a way. Like, soccer is fun, but it wouldn't be fun if you could just pick up the ball and, like, run off the field with it.
I mean, that's how 5-year-olds play, and they seem to be having fun.
Ah, true, but no one likes watching that, you'll notice. But I take your point. Anyway, to answer your question, to me, the way that Pokemon has done this is a little bit like Harry Potter, the last movie of Harry Potter. It was one book, and it's one complete story, but it's split into 2 parts.
Okay.
And I like to think that Leaf Green and FireRed are just 2 sides of the same coin, and that's why, you can't complete the Pokedex in either individually. But if you have both games, you can complete a Pokedex. And I think the purpose is to complete a Pokedex in this land. And so, I would say if you complete it in one, that's sufficient. And you've achieved mastery in this land. But, having said that, Abby's like, I want to pitch him. And I'm like, no, I will talk more. What I wanted to say is if we want to do both games in completionist style, it wouldn't be that hard because if you complete it in one, there won't be too much tweaking and transferring to complete it in the second.
Well, my main concern is that there are legendaries in one you can't get in the other, and I just want to get all the legendaries in both. So that's sort of my question, I guess, because if, as an example, next episode, you want to be in Leaf Green, do I have to panic demand you get Deoxys and whatever legendary? I know you keep telling me, I think it's Suicune, but I always forget which of the ones are supposed to be in this game. But like, I want to know what the deal is with that. Like, are we we have to get them, and we have to transfer them to Leaf Green no matter what, if we're completing on Pokedex, because it sounds like if we're just, why don't we aim for one for now, and then we'll see how we feel. But if we're transferring stuff to Leaf Green anyway, it would make sense to try to complete that Pokedex, because logically we should have all the stuff from Red, put it in Green, and then it's sort of easy to finish Green.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But when do we get our legendaries?
Once we have, because we used the Master Ball already, catching legendaries can be very tedious in my recollection if you don't have a good Pokemon to capture them with. So pretty soon in Leaf Green, we're gonna have a nice strong Togetic that will be able to put them to sleep, chip them down, reliably catch them, hopefully. Again, the key to catching legendaries, in my experience, is the status condition of sleep. Because if they're not asleep, they're going to murder you when they're attacking. And if they're not statused, they're going to not be caught.
So I think we need to level up our Pokemon here to be able to catch them. So they over-level them, right?
Well, what I propose, subject to your thoughts, is we start Leaf Green. We level up your Togetic, and then that Togetic will be able to travel between FireRed and Leaf Green as we choose to catch all the Pokemon that we need.
The great egg Pokemon.
There you go.
The Egg Warrior.
And we like it. I like that because what you said earlier was it's a shame that the Pokemon you get at the end of these games are the ones you should use the least. Well, in this strategy, we actually use Pokemon that are endgame types. We get to use them for all of Leaf Green and a lot of Fire Red too when they teleport over to help us in our quest here.
Excellent.
What do you think of this plan?
I like it. I mean, as long as we get, I know it sounds annoying, but if I can get Mewtwo, I want 2 Mewtwo's. If I have paid for 2 games, I want 2 Mewtwo's. I want both forms of Deoxys. Deoxys? I'm not even sure how to say it. I want both of them though. I want all of the puppies. I don't know if we can get all the puppies though, because we'd have to restart one of the games and it's kind of annoying. So, I don't know.
So these are all, I don't know what these are all. Are these all Eevees?
I don't know. They're in eggs. I have a hard time keeping track because they all look the same. See, if the eggs were different colors maybe for different typings, that was an Aerodactyl.
This is not an Eevee.
This is not an Eevee.
I can confirm.
Oh my gosh.
They call me the Pokemon champion because I can confirm.
What is an Eevee and what is not an Eevee? I thought it would be a pretty fun game for about 10 minutes. You know, that is not an Eevee. That is an Eevee. That lamp is not an Eevee. You could just apply it to anything in life.
That's right. So I think I might have been ambitious to think that we could wrap everything up here in 2 episodes, but I still...
What are you trying to accomplish?
So here's my as the what did they call it? So in the military, there are things like tactical planning and strategic planning.
Those are different?
Oh, I think so.
They sound like synonyms.
You would think, but one I think it was. Oh God, it's been so long. I think I remember. Nope. Tactical. What did I say? Tactical, and what was the other one? Strategic?
Yeah, which are synonyms.
Well, if I remember, I'm dredging my memory from 10 years ago. Those days are a little bit farther behind me than I thought.
I mean, I remember when you were in the military, the end of your career, And I remember I came to visit you at work once, and I wasn't allowed in any building. I basically stood in the entryway, and like 5 different members of the Navy were just watching me. And I was like, I'm here for Ian. And they're like, that's nice.
Well, at least they were polite.
Yeah.
So, tactical is like day-to-day, like small level decisions. And then strategic is like big level, the whole enchilada.
Big picture?
Yeah. And there was even I'm pretty sure there was a middle one. How embarrassing.
Well, no one else knows what you're talking about. So you could say anything and we'd be like, very nice, good strategy, yeah.
That's true. I shouldn't be so concerned. But anyway, I did know it. The point is, to answer your question, that would be
an enchilada.
The tactical suggestion I'm making. I feel like I'm more responsible for tactical decisions and you're more responsible for strategic decisions. That's what I feel. Like when you say to me, the intent of the mission is to fill the Pokedex, that is a strategic Pokemon mission.
Mm-hmm.
If I say we're going to use the Chain of Destruction to destroy this Gengar, that's a tactical decision.
Yeah.
So tactically, what I'm thinking of doing in the next 2 episodes is hatching 4 Eevees.
Okay.
Here's the laundry. We have like a laundry list in this game. It's funny because in our domestic life, in our normal life, Abby and I have a list of things to do. And we go to the Pokemon world to kind of escape it.
And then we make more lists.
And then we're like, time to make a list. So
lists are helpful.
They are. They're helpful. We actually have a whiteboard in our house and we write down the things we need to do.
And then we cross them off. And it's very satisfying to just cross it off.
Yeah, she does say that when she crosses it off. So here's what I propose, subject to your thoughts.
My thoughts? Yeah. And your thoughts.
Because
feel free to comment.
You've chosen a lot of the Pokemon we're going to bring in with us to LeafGreen.
I've approved all of them. I think some of them you independently wanted, but I also independently wanted them. Mm-hmm. So you can blame me if any of them are bad choices, because I didn't approve them all.
And you've said we're not going to use the usual Ian strategies that have frustrated you somewhat.
I have, with your consult, considered that maybe so Ian loves a challenge, as I've mentioned. So we're making it a challenge for him. You know, he has to create a new strategy under the Abby parameters, which is punch it in the face.
That's right. We're going back to our roots. So here's the laundry list. We've got some Eevees to hatch. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go with our team of Meowths and do a pickup raid to get a few HM10s.
I thought you could only get one per game.
TM10s.
Can you get more than one?
Yep, I would. Yep, it's just a percentage.
Wait, you can keep getting it?
Yep.
Are you for serious?
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't want to Google it, because when I ask Google things, it's always mean to me. And when Ian Googles stuff, for some reason, it always gives him the answer he wants. One of us is doing it wrong, and I want it to be me.
You know what I should have been doing? I should have had... Oh, no, we want to keep Togepi with the Soothe Bell to get...
so we can evolve it.
Happiness points.
Yeah. Can I make just a random observation?
Sure.
You know when you say a word so many times, it loses all meaning?
Yes.
I've been staring at our character, Dracuno, biking, and all I can see now is it looks like he has a head and a shell. The backpack is a shell, and it's just being dragged back and forth on a totally different object that is biking back and forth. Like, it looks like 2 separate images at this point because we've gone back and forth so many times. Do you see what I'm talking about?
I see what you mean. I am also surprised that these Eevees are taking as long to hatch. It feels like as long as the Articuno. I wonder how many steps an Eevee...
You mean the Aerodactyl. If we could hatch an Articuno, all my dreams could come true.
Yes. So the next thing, so we've got the pickup to get HM10, or TM10. TM10, yikes.
We're going to see if we can do it. We're going to try our best, because you know what? What's the harm?
Well, if nothing else, we'll get some nuggets, because we are a bit poor right now.
Yeah.
And so we'll get some HM10, or TM10s. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to say hidden power. We're getting some hidden powers because the idea is to give one to an Eevee. Oh, have you look?
It's going to be an Aerodactyl. Just because I think that would be funny, but I want it to be an Eevee. Oh, it's our friend. Its mouth is a plus sign.
Aw.
That's kind of adorable. How does it work?
Actually, we don't need to go in here because all we're going to do is hatch all these Eevees.
Sweet.
Then we're moving on.
Can we put one in storage and grab the egg and then move on so we can hatch an extra Eevee while we're doing other things? Because that's fun. Or have it for later?
Sure, we can do that if you want.
And by the way, okay, I caved. I know I said I wasn't going to Google, but it was bothering me. I can't let things lie. People have different strategies, how they deal with things in life.
Mm-hmm.
Some are healthier than others. I don't know exactly where I fall. I think that's a matter of preference. But I can't leave things alone. If something is bothering me, I have to address it and overcome it or have a strategy in place. I can't just let it be a problem. So I did Google the TM10 thing, despite literally just saying I wasn't going to. And it does say you can have an unlimited amount as long as you
keep
finding them.
Yep. So that's...
So use Meowth and then just keep finding... While rare, you can farm multiple copies throughout the game. That is literally insane. If you would have asked me for $1 million, the answer to that question without Googling it, I would have been like, for sure, give me the $1 million, you get one. You know, Meowth in the foreign lands of Poke World. That's just the game giving you a backup in case you didn't grab the copy at Silphco. I never would have guessed you could have more than one. I thought it was like the TM, you know?
Yeah, the way I understand it, Abby, there is no TM hidden power at Silphco. I think maybe in another game you can find it at Silphco. Maybe someone teaches it to you on the bottom floor. But it seems to me the only way to get it in FireRed or Red is to... Well, I guess it would just be FireRed. Mm-hmm. Is to... I guess that's why they call it hidden power, because it's hidden from the game unless you know the mechanic.
Wow.
That is a deep cut. Did I just break Nintendo?
I mean, I've been trying to this whole time. Count, I guess in the comments, all the conspiracy theories I've shared so far. There have been many.
Count them, my word.
Count them!
Count them. Count them down.
Count them all!
So, okay, the laundry list. Hatching 4 Eevees. We've got 1 of 4 done.
Nice.
Right. 4 is not a magic number. It's just going to give us it's going to get spread.
Good chance of getting something useful.
Because again, the Eevee is going to become a Jolteon. Jolteon's got a very shallow move pool, so it's going to need a hidden power of some sort to kind of give it a bit more coverage. And
so we want a hidden power for every single Eevee?
Nope, we're just going to test hidden power on every single Eevee, and the best hidden power will be the one that we use in Leaf.
That makes more sense. But so this means we can get the other Eevee egg to get a 5th Eevee.
I actually
increase it. You did already.
I picked it up. See?
Aww, thanks.
Yeah.
Then why is he standing forward?
He just doesn't until you go into a building. He
doesn't move.
He stands proud.
So when we leave this area, can we check just in case there's another egg?
Yeah, we're just gonna hatch the 4 Eevees. And then we'll take an egg if he's got one, and we can always throw it in storage. We can maybe do a egg hatching session down the road, now that we know the Slugma trick.
So my trick was always in Diamond to just keep having eggs, random amounts of eggs at the daycare center. And then I would always just throw 1 in my party, and I just go do stuff. And then when it hatched, I go back and circle it out for another egg.
Yeah, and that's not a bad idea, but... We're going to be, I think...
It's not in the list!
Well, this is very efficient because we've got the Slugma. And remember, the next step is the Meowth pickup, so we need the whole party to be filled with Meowths and not eggs.
I just want, for some reason, I feel possessive of this egg.
Okay.
I just want us to have access to it.
Don't fear. Don't fear. We can always breed more Eevees. It's Eevee land. We are Eevee capable. We've got a Ditto. We've got a...
Eevee capable.
So, the laundry list. Hatch 4 Eevees. Almost done. Find hidden power. Maybe times 1 or times 2. Because I'm flirting with the idea of Aerodactyl getting a hidden power too before we ship it off.
I feel like everyone should have hidden power. Hidden power is great. Just hidden power is for everybody. How feasible is this? Unlikely. Are we gonna try? Heck yeah.
Okay, I mean that is one way to build a Pokemon. All hidden powers.
Yeah, they all have hidden. No, they only get 1 each, but everyone has one.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
There's certainly there's certainly some appeal there. Because even we wouldn't know what type the just
well, after we...
Yes.
Oh, I guess...
You could whittle it down.
You can narrow it down. You may not know for sure for a while, but you can just keep trying stuff.
So, okay. Eevees, hidden powers. Now, then we'll pick up a Thunderstone.
Yeah.
To bring Jolteon into LeafGreen. Because I don't know when you get a Thunderstone in LeafGreen, but again, we're trying to make the LeafGreen playthrough a little bit more exclusive, and we're giving ourselves access to Pokemon we normally wouldn't have at that stage of the game.
But we are transferring over the Pokemon that are region locked to this game so we can get them in the other game.
Exactly. So that will be just for completing the Pokedex, but in terms of quality of life and what we're using to overcome our opponents and gain resources.
I'm excited to evolve the stuff you can only evolve when you trade. Like the Kadabra or Alakazam.
Me too. I've never played with Alakazam.
We've never had friends, guys. We're friendless, apparently. We're now our own best friends. You're my best friend. That's so cute. Yes. I can trade Pokemon with you. That's adorable.
This Abra is going to be my best friend.
Wow.
Wow. No, it will be you. I gotta say, yeah, Eevees definitely have quite the hatch amount, but that's okay. We'll just have a busy next episode. So, the Thunderstone. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing it's in the power plant, and it's going to hurt you, Abby, but we're going to leave the Zapdos there until we come back with a good method of catching it. I'm talking lots of Ultra Balls and your friend.
Well, we need to get some money first. I don't know what your plan is to get money. Are we just farming the Elite Four? Is that the plan? Because we have to, remember, finish all of the quests on Islands 4 to 7, which we haven't... Have we been to them?
Remember, we're going to use...
We're on Island 5. We haven't been to... We stopped in 4, maybe. Mm-hmm. We haven't been through 6 and 7 yet. We don't even know what they look like.
Oh, they'll all be done. And remember, I think we can transfer items from Pokemon Red to LeafGreen. So what kind of items do you think we're going to bring over?
All of them. Just hoard stuff.
I'm thinking the Amulet Coin for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The XP share for sure.
Right? Yeah, you have 2 XPs at the same time. It will cut down on the overall XP because it'll just put it in thirds. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it is useful, especially if you're high level, fighting high level, and you have 2 low level Pokemon. Mm-hmm. It's still something.
Well, it's especially efficient because the EV gain of defeating a Pokemon seems undiminished.
Yeah.
And EVs cannot be underestimated.
Both the letters and the fox, cat, dog with the fuzzy neck.
So, okay. Recap. Next episode.
We've said Eevee too many times.
Yeah. We're going to hatch some of these Pokemon we've got with us. Find hidden powers. Get the Thunderstone. Oh, I want to find the PP ups. I think there's 2 more PP ups in this game. Mm-hmm. Because it will be nice to increase... Honestly, I'm thinking of putting it on Abra's Psychic. Because we can teach Abra Psychic before we send it over.
Oh.
Which would be fun to have at the first gym. Like, just Psychic.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. But with PP Max, you can have Psychic turn from a 10 PP move, which is kind of like, you go through it quickly, to a 16 PP move.
That sounds nice. Now you just have to remember not to delete it, because I'm pretty sure if you delete it, even if the move relearner relearns it, it goes back to the base number.
Yeah, I absolutely destroyed some of our good TMs.
Oh, you hurt my soul a little bit, but it's okay. There's a move relearner. We will relearn. We will rebuild. You're going to make a boatload of money so we can buy everything at the arcade that I, on a whim, decide I want. Deal?
Yeah, that's the point of sending the Amulet Coin over. We're going to get so much money from LeafGreen, wrap up that game, more or less.
And then just come back to this game and have 2 XP shares, 2 Amulet Coins.
Right.
I don't know if 2 Amulet Coins helps.
Well, I think so, because it just means there's less microing.
How does... Its mouth is literally a plus, and it's so weird that it looks right. Because when you stare at just the mouth, you're like, that is an addition symbol. But then, if you look at the whole Eevee, it looks like an Eevee. I don't know, that's an optical illusion. That's some nonsense right there.
That is very, very strange.
Nonsense!
Nonsense indeed. can't remember if we have an Eevee. Wait, do we still have a Slugma in our party? I just looked and
Yeah. He be chillin'.
He is chilling. Can you check how many steps it takes to...
9,160 something.
Oh, nice.
Some say 8,900 and change, but essentially 9,000 steps.
Okay, so I think that's pretty well the whole list. So why don't we save there?
Nice.
And in the next episode, I mean, with perfect luck, we can get our laundry list done, and then LeafGreen awaits.
Yes, so thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Have a great day.